What's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Thriller, and welcome everyone to All Elite Wrestling Review, the show from December 4th, 2019, for your AEW Dynamite results. Your commentators are the return of Tony Schiavone on commentary with good old JR, Jim Ross, and Excalibur, and they were at, hmm, can't remember where they were at. And I wish they would say here too. In fact, let me just do something here. All right, Champaign, Illinois. There we go. Champaign, Illinois. They were still in Illinois. So here we go. Let's get to the show here. The opening match was the Young Bucks teamed up with Dustin Rhodes wearing inspiring ring attire of the Young Bucks with his outfit. With his outfit, going putting more designs to fit in with the Young Bucks. Basically, Dustin Rhodes was being a no buck, you know, and they go up against members of the Inner Circle, Sammy Guevara, Santana, and Ortiz. The match itself was pretty damn good. A good opening match with Dustin Rhodes and the Young Bucks winning the match against Inner Circle. Then we get to Trent being covered by Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy as Trent goes up against Phoenix in a very good match where Phoenix goes over. After the match, Trent tries to shake the hand of Phoenix, because it was a good match and everything. Phoenix refuses. All of a sudden, just pissed off Trent, and Trent just went after Phoenix and all that, and basically he had to be pulled apart by Chuck Taylor and, well, basically just with Chuck Taylor and the referee as well. But Orange Cassidy was just standing there, being a lazy, as always. We get to Cody Rhodes. He gets interviewed by Tony Schiavone in the ring. Cody Rhodes reminds the fans that he can never go after the AEW World Title ever again. Says that wasn't much better than that he got attacked from. He's being attacked by the Blade and the Butcher, and it says that he usually raises his hand up. The people who were there are no longer, and it says that Dustin, who's his blood, is feuding with the Inner Circle. And he talks about his wife cutting off hairs of the women's roster. And he talks about how MJF kicked him in the balls, costing him the title match. And the coach says the Butcher, the Blade, and the Bunny, they could have just asked for a match instead of just doing what they did. Because he doesn't know why they attacked him. He doesn't know what was the purpose. He doesn't know the purpose of why they decided to attack him. But we'll get to that eventually. More catching up on these All Elite Wrestling reviews. Cody says that they can have a match whenever, and they could even choose a partner of his. Basically, Cody Rhodes won't have to pick a partner. The Blade, the Butcher, and the Bunny will choose a partner for Cody Rhodes if they want to match with him. And then he goes right back to MJF. He says that he wants MJF. He wants to wrestle MJF, but MJF is refusing to fight him for a reason, and says that he is a Butch League NWO version of Chris Jericho. And he says, even with that fake scarf, okay, and he'll offer his Ford Black Ops, only only 3 made. Only 300 made. He basically shows his car keys. He says to MJF, is yours. And then he said, Tony Khan, this expensive watch that was given by Tony Khan as a gift. He said, all yours. He said, and he also said the red bottom shoes that he wears, both of them. He said, all yours. And then he told Justin Roberts to bring in a briefcase of $50,000 in in cash. And to prove it, Justin Roberts is going to give it to a fan in the crowd, and Justin Roberts gives to a young fan, a boy, in the front row. Basically, the boy gets $100 bill. Good for him. And Cody Rhodes says basically, that money, all yours to MJF, and all he wants is for MJF to face him, because Cody Rhodes will not rest until he fights MJF for what he did to Cody Rhodes at Full Gear, where it pertains to the whole throwing the towel into the ring and then kicking him in the balls, and then doing and then everything else that happened afterwards. Great promo by Cody Rhodes, by the way. Great promo. Also, we go backstage and we see Alex Marvez interviewing Joey Janela. He basically is Jon Moxley in the main event. He wants to make a name for himself, and he's one of the first signees to the company of AEW, and he's been put on the back burner for too long, and he wants to remind Moxley that their unsanctioned match at Fyter Fest, but that didn't count in a way, because it's unsanctioned, but it will count when they face it in the main event and everything. And he says, "You will have to kill me." All of a sudden, Jon Moxley shows up. Jon Moxley, just standing, toe to toe with George Janela, and all of a sudden, Moxley, he just said one word to George Janela, and he said, and the one word he said to him was, "Kids," and walks off. That was funny. I thought that was funny. Then we get to a video vignette. More of these video vignettes of the Dark Order. One guy who's unhappy on his computer, signing up to the group. Evil Owner brings him up into the group, and then the groups start beating him up. And I guess that means he's part of the Inner Circle because of that. I mean, not the Inner Circle, the Dark Order. I guess that's away from the Pledge of Allegiance to the Dark Order. That was kind of weird, but whatever. Nyla Rose goes up against Leva Bates, being accompanied by Peter Avalon. Nyla Rose basically beats Leva Bates, squashes her. After the match, Nyla Rose continues to beat up on Leva Bates. Also, Shanna comes in, to get back at what Nyla Rose did. But Nyla Rose exposed of her, pulls out a table, get ready to pull her to a palm, get ready to palm her to a table, but the referee stops her. And then she. I'm sorry. Nyla Rose did power bomb Shanna to a table, and then the referee was telling her to leave, and then Nyla Rose power bombs the referee onto Shanna, who put to a table. That's what I meant to say. And during this time, the camera cuts to, I don't know for what reason they did this. Maybe it was to take a shot at NXT, because rotates to NXT Takeover War Games 2019. But for some reason, the camera cuts to Britt Baker with the same look and reaction that she had from Takeover War Games 2019 after seeing her man Adam Cole going through a table by Tommaso Ciampa off the cage to a table, from Takeover. The same facial reaction with her entire face like this. Like, what the hell was that? I can't believe they did that. I don't know if it wasn't taking shots at NXT for that. Because of the things that I was talking about pertains to her. I don't know what's that about, but wow. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that. But that's not here or there. And because of this whole thing with Nyla Rose has been suspended for the entire year. So it's basically a 30-day suspension because she laid her hand on the referee. And I say myself, but Jon Moxley did the same thing to Paul Turner during the build-up for Full Gear. Why wasn't he suspended? I don't know. That's to me that didn't make sense there. But I mean, I understand you want to pay her a fine to lay your hand on the referee, like you did with with Jimmy Havoc with same Stipleton incident when he stabbed on opponents during a match, and he got fined for that. But with Nyla Rose, you're going to suspend her for that. I don't know. That's to me that didn't make a whole lot of sense in a way, but I digress. Next we get to the AEW World Champion Chris Jericho, Le Champion, being accompanied by his insurance policy, Jake Hager, and he brings out a little bit of the bubbly, and basically he rips on the crowds again because that's what Chris Jericho does. He's evil. Jericho says that he has to have one more match to close up 1 year of 2019, but he gets to pick his opponent, and he put together a little list. Remember the list of Jericho, and the crowds pop for it, and then Jericho was like, "This ain't the come on, this ain't 2016." That's what the list was invented. It was created at the time with Chris Jericho. The list that calm down. It's not 2016. And then he says this is the lexicon of Le Champion. Basically, his way of saying that's the list of the Le Champion. And he runs down a bunch of names that he was saying, and he kept repeating on one name, and that was Moxley. Basically, he's telegraphing that he doesn't want to face Moxley, but at the same time, he's telegraphing that that's going to be the match down the line. It's going to be Chris Jericho and Moxley somewhere down the line for the AEW World Championship. And he mentions, he's going to mention someone else, and that's when the Jurassic Express came out. Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, and Marco Stunt comes out. And Jericho's like, he was just about to mention no dinosaurs. and then Luchasaurus starts going, and then he tells Jericho that he has the master's degree, and that dinosaurs have been marginalized for 65 million years. Now I couldn't pronounce that word that he said, but I thought it was funny something though that Luchasaurus sounded like he was about the roar like a dinosaur, and also he starts talking normal. For those who don't know, the guy behind the whole Luchasaurus character, he does got a master's degree, so he's very intelligent. But he then goes give props to Marco Stunt, but isn't Jericho. This is Jericho saying this. Jericho gives props to Marco Stunt, but he ain't the one that he should be that you're facing Jericho. I'm sorry. My mistake again. It was Luchasaurus who said this. Luchasaurus says, Marco Stunt is he gives him props, but he's not the one that Jericho should be facing. Jungle Boy is the guy is to be to face. And Jericho rips Jungle Boy, saying Jungle Boy is a piece of shit. Jungle Boy couldn't last 10 minutes with him in the match, and Jungle Boy takes exception to that. And then this will lead to a match once we get to that point. It hasn't happened yet, but it's going to happen eventually. From my point of view, when I get a chance to watch it, basically. So this led to a brawl with Jericho fighting Jungle Boy, while Luchasaurus fights Jake Hager. And as Jungle Boy and Jericho are fighting, Marco Stunt is beating up on Jericho, and Jericho is basically no-selling Marco Stunt's strikes, which I thought was pretty funny. He's like, get away from me, little twerp! I'm trying to fight this kid. That was funny. And that was the end of the segment. The brawl ends at that. And Jericho starts doing a fizzy fit, throwing furniture around, all that. He's upset. Then we get to the number one contender to face Riho for the AEW Women's World Championship, Hikaru Shida versus Chris Stanlander. This is a regular one-on-one. Shida, who's the number one contender against Riho. Whenever that match happens, I'm pretty sure it's happening around Revolution. Which I'll talk more about that once we get close to that overview for AEW Dynamite. But matches up between Shida and Stanlander, it was pretty good. I thought it was the best so far, one of the best matches I've seen for women's wrestling on AEW. Sheeta, who's a normal contender. Um, again, I gotta keep bringing this up. She's a normal contender because all of a sudden, Statlander beats the normal contender, Sheeta, and like similar to women. So does this mean that she's gonna be taking her spot? Because I remember back when Cody Rhodes was a number contender, and if Cody Rhodes loses his match, then he had to he wouldn't be no longer the number contender. Now they didn't say anything about the number contendership title being on. They didn't say anything about the number contendership being on the line here. But I remember when they did with Cody Rhodes, if Cody Rhodes loses the match, then he's no longer considered as number contender. So I'm assuming in this one, Statlander is now the number contender, but they didn't really mention that at all. Because all of a sudden, we get to Brandy Rose and Awesome Kong coming out. Brandy Rose says, people love that they don't understand, and people have been clamoring for answers. Actually, I don't, because I don't care for you in wrestling at all. But says that she and Awesome Kong are they make up the Nightmare Collective. I think that's supposed to be their faction name. Basically a faction that she's trying to build up. Basically, the Nightmare Collection. Nightmare Collective. The Nightmare Collective. That's meant to say. So I say to myself, the Nightmare Collective. And then she basically tried to have Statlander to join or to pledge allegiance to the Nightmare Collective. And also someone from the crowd, which obviously was a plant. She wants to be part of the Nightmare Collective, and the security lets her in. Now, of what I'm reading here, her name is Melody Cruz. I had no idea who she is. I will look her up whenever I can to see what she's about. But she's a wrestler from the Chicago area, and she pledged allegiance to be part of the Nightmare Collective with Brandy Rose and Awesome Kong. But for her to pledge allegiance, she has to have her hair get cut off. Not the whole thing, just like a ponytail bits of it, like a piece, like a ponytail in the way of it. Now I don't know how she's going to look, after that, but we'll see. But yeah, she's part, Melody Cruz is part of the Nightmare Collective with Brandy Rose and Awesome Kong. What's that going to lead to? I don't know. And in Brandy Rose's case, I don't care. Christopher Daniels versus Pentagon Jr. And the match ends up being pretty decent. Unfortunately, there was a botch in the match with Christopher Daniels, which it was also a scary sight there too, because Christopher Daniels almost looked like he almost landed on his head there on the elevated ramp way that's connected to the ring. And then Phoenix gets involved, which distracts Christopher Daniels, and Pentagon Jr. takes advantage of it, gets the win over Christopher Daniels. So there you go. So I guess so much for that feud, right? There's a brief vignette of the Blade, the Butcher, and the Bunny. The Bunny says that their first order of chaos. She said they are so sick of seeing Cody Rhodes' face everywhere and want to change that. Basically, she said that we're here to cut the head off the snake. That's basically the gist of it. All right, main event time. Jon Moxley versus Joey Janela. It was a good main event match between Joey Janela and Jon Moxley, with Jon Moxley going over with the paradigm shift off the top rope by way, and that was it. All of a sudden, Chris Jericho comes out with the inner circle from the crowd, basically mocking Jon Moxley's entrance from last time, and he started working down with the inner circle, step by step, until they were off the air. Same thing with Jon Moxley, that whole thing. Oh, okay. It's basically mind games in a way that they're doing there. And that's basically it for the show there, folks. I didn't realize those two women's matches. Now I'm assuming there were 6 matches on here, but I'm gonna double check here. All right, now let me triple check. 'Cause I think I lost count. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, apparently it did. Okay, 6 matches. Yeah, 6 matches. My overall strength for the show, I'm gonna go 7.5 out of 10. And with that being said, thank you all for watching for Is Natural Born Thriller, saying peace, or All Elite Wrestling Review, where we're to giving you AEW Dynamite results from December 4th, 2019. Until next time, we're to catching up more of these All Elite Wrestling reviews. I'm out, folks. Take care.